All right, so I want you to...
I was holding my breath.
You're holding your breath. Welcome to the Range Life. I'm Grant.
And I'm Kayla. Today we're going over rifle basics. This is my first time at the range holding and learning to use a rifle. In day one, we went over pistol basics and range safety. So if you haven't watched those videos, pop back on our channel and make sure to watch those videos. Today, I am going to learn how to shoot a rifle and get scored.
Yeah. We're gonna get her comfortable with a rifle today, get some rounds down range, and then we're gonna score her when she is comfortable, like we did with the pistol video, and see how she does. We're using a BCM upper, PSA lower, dead air can today. Again, like I said in the last video, I'm a fan of training for the skill for what you're going to be learning that day, and only using those pieces of equipment. So we're only doing the rifle today. We're not using belts. We're not using any other accessories, no sling, nothing. We're just getting her comfortable with the rifle. Basics of a rifle. It's very different than a pistol. There's a lot more going on. It's bigger, it's heavier, two hands versus one hand on the primary. So what we're doing, or what you're gonna look at here, is all the different components. So this is the charging handle. This, you press this button in and it allows it to reciprocate back, and it pulls the bolt carrier group back. And then when this releases forwards and you have a magazine inserted and a round in, it loads the weapon.
Okay.
So when you insert a mag, if this is closed, you have to put it in battery, let it go. Same thing as a pistol, where you pull it back and you let it ride itself forward. You don't ride it with it, or you might get a failure to fully seat the round. If you do think that there's a chance that the round isn't fully seated, you can always hammer that. This will push the bolt carrier group as far in as possible and get it seated so that the round is seated in the chamber. That makes sense? And then this is just a cover. Doesn't have any function other than keeping dust, so it's called a dust cover. It'll open when you open it.
Okay.
So we don't have to worry about that. This is the mag release. So when you release your magazine out, press that in.
Yep.
I don't have an ambidextrous one. Some of them are ambidextrous, but your finger's small, mine's small. I can barely reach it. You have to kind of reach forward to get it.
Okay.
Other side, these have safeties, unlike the pistol does. It's not a trigger safety like kind of is on the pistol where you have that middle thing. This is, and you select it with your thumb. Fire, safe.
Okay.
Fire, safe. And it's meant to be ergonomic so that when you are holding it, your thumb is right there. Boom, fire.
Okay.
And then when you're done, always off.
Okay.
So you don't put it on and off between every single shot. So if you're going to be engaging a target with multiple rounds, you're not going to shoot, put it on safe.
Okay.
Shoot, put it on safe. It's only when you're going to be putting that rifle down, low ready, on a sling, then you're going to be putting it back onto safe.
Okay.
But if you're up and engaging, you're going to keep that safety off and ready to engage.
Okay.
But finger off the trigger until ready to shoot, just like yesterday.
Okay.
Little bit of an overcap of rules. Again, remember, muzzle, safe direction at all times. Do not put your finger on the trigger until you're ready to shoot. Know your target, what is beyond it, and treat every gun as if it were loaded. Okay?
Okay.
The other parts are really not that important. This is a red dot. It's similar to what's on the pistol, only it's in more tube form. You still want to keep both eyes open when you shoot so that you can see your surroundings. You'll get used to that. This left eye dominant with a rifle is going to be even a little more wonky for you.
Okay.
So if you want to, I don't recommend it. You can close an eye if you want to do it with your right. But if you're more comfortable just doing it with the left, you're going to do it. But your eye is going to have to be, I don't even know if you can do it.
Well, I'm going to try.
Let's just see how it feels for you.
Okay.
Because it's very awkward.
Yeah.
I'm not going to teach you lefty.
Yeah.
So then this is a suppressor. This will get very hot. So when you're handling the weapon, when you're done shooting, you don't want to be doing this.
Yeah.
you will burn it into your leg and it will go into the hospital because there'll be fibers in your leg. So you keep it off, hold it out when you're not actually firing. Stance. So similar to the pistol, and there are a lot of people with rifle will stand a little more staggered.
Okay.
Because you're using both hands, and this one has to come out further. Some people will teach full straight on, so it's really what's more comfortable, but you do not want to be like this because you're going to be tippy.
Okay.
So you want to stay athletic because eventually, like we talked about yesterday, you're going to be moving. So you're not going to move like this or like this, you know? So you're going to stay compact. Everything is short and underneath yourself.
Okay.
You still want to get that athletic knees and a little bit of a lean because this is now, the recoil is now into your body. The pistol, yes, it goes into your shoulders, but it's a lot less. So you're going to be a little more of a lean. Get it out there so that when it does, you're not going to be just doing this.
Okay.
We don't want the muzzle to be bouncing. So you get it comfortable to where you think you can hold it and keep it steady.
Okay. Should I practice this, holding it in stance?
And
you correct me?
hand is really comfortability. I put a hand stop on here, finger stop, really small one, so I have the same grip spot every time.
Okay.
And it also helps to keep it from moving. And then here is, you'll just get as far in as you can to get a nice spot on the trigger. Same thing as a pistol, you want it high and steady, and you want to put pressure, steady pressure backwards.
So you're pulling it
So
into
you're pulling
your shoulder?
it in so that that recoil.
Which hand is pulling into you?
Both of them.
Okay.
So this hand is going to be keeping steady up and down and pulling back. And this one is going to be just that it's snug back. You don't want to be wrenching on it, but you want to get it snug because you don't want any buffer. You don't want that to be doing this. You want it to be just in there already.
Okay.
This might be a little long for you, so we'll adjust it.
Oh, yeah, that feels
Does that feel better?
Yeah.
Does it feel like weird that you're not staggered at all, or no?
I mean, that feels a little better, but I guess it's just something that I'll figure out.
Yeah, see, the head lean is tough because of your eyes. Yeah, you have that weird head lean. So this is one thing where everybody's different. She's got left eye dominant. We learned that yesterday with the pistol. She kind of already knew that. It does have a drastic effect more so on a rifle because now a lean is annoying, and now you're even more of a lean. And so what we might have to do when we set you up with a rifle, we might have to do a riser on. This is like kind of as low as you want to go. A lot of people now are putting them higher because you don't want to move your head and do this. You just want it up.
Okay.
So we might need to do a more drastic riser. I think they look stupid. It's like the trendy thing right now with rifles, but a lot of people do it for night vision.
I might have to close my left one because I can find it pretty quick if I close my left one.
Yeah.
If I close my left one and then open it, I'm good, but it's super blurry. If I close my left one, I can see it pretty clear.
Yeah, maybe we just do that for today. I don't advise closing eyes when we're shooting, but I think that we're gonna have to get this set up with a riser for you. Yeah, we'll set up something so it's higher because I don't want you to get in the habit of using your right eye and closing.
Yeah.
So maybe we do that for next time. We just get a riser for this.
Okay.
And easier because your head won't have to go so far down.
Okay.
Okay. It's probably good for me to have one anyways because it's easier to shoot that way. Should we shoot it?
I want you to show me once and then.
Show you?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. You put it in where like the curve is kind of like it's going like that. Not like this. Rounds forward.
Sure.
And when you load, like yesterday I was doing it out of the chest rig, I was showing you. And you can't get a good grip on the mag, so it's harder to load. When you want to load normally, you want to try to keep a full hand because you're a lot more steady in getting it in that, and then you want to jam it in there.
Okay.
So when these are closed and these are fully, to get it fully seated, it's called seating the mag. Seating. You have to get it jammed in there because the round hits that bolt.
Okay.
And if you don't, this will fall out. Ask me how I know. Charging handle.
So you only have to do that the first time you put the mag in.
So if you empty a mag, the mag runs empty, the bolt will stay back.
Okay.
Should stay back. Can have a malfunction where it doesn't for whatever, if there's dirt or whatever. but it should stay back. And if it stays back, it will look like that. And then you release the mag, and then you insert a new one, and then you hit the bolt release.
Okay.
And it will load it for you.
Okay.
So that's what you do on a reload. So it's here, into the shoulder. When you're ready, safety. So if you have good position with your hands and you're pulling back, you don't get a lot of recoil. You don't notice a lot of like bounce.
Okay.
And that's why, so like if you're doing this,
Yeah.
like you're gonna get pushed back. So you wanna have, okay?
Okay.
And you don't have to be as pronounced. When I shoot rifle, because I don't do it as much as pistol, I tend to like get lower and whatever. You don't have to do that. You can get here and lean. Okay?
Okay.
Gun safe.
Okay.
It's loaded.
Okay.
One in the chamber.
How do you adjust that shoulder thing?
I did.
Oh.
I put it back early, unless you think it's too far out. I can
Yeah.
go even shorter. What do you think?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Seems kind of short.
Maybe that's a little short, yeah. Okay.
We're gonna get a nice lean a little bit forward. There you go. Good lean.
So thumb hits
Thumb,
the
hit it
down.
all the way, yep. All right, so I want you to,
I was holding my breath.
you're holding your breath. No, it's actually not a bad practice to shoot between breaths,
Okay.
but that's much later on practice. So you kind of were doing a little bit of like anticipating pulling,
Okay.
so your body kind of moved back. You want
Okay.
that lean, and you want that recoil to just be punch in
Okay.
the shoulder and hitting that meat. Give it a little lean. Remember the same thing with that trigger as yesterday. It's a really short breaking point, right? Compared to that pistol.
Yeah.
So you
Okay, I'm
want to.
tired.
So you want to
I was holding my breath a lot.
put it on safe when you're done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So you want to find that breaking point, but it's a lot narrower. So that pistol is designed that way.
Yeah.
A real long pull. This is like a lot less. So you have a little less movement with the trigger, which is good.
Yeah.
But also you have to get used to that tiny bit of play in it. So you want to make sure that you get used to that and think about your trigger too. So with the pistol, the only thing I told you to think about is that trigger and holding it steady. This one is a little more because you're leaning, you have the pull, and then you got to think about the trigger and not move.
Yeah.
But it's a lot more simple to shoot.
Yeah.
It's not like this tiny little thing with a pop. You have
Right.
it all connected.
Yeah.
So you looked pretty good. I think that was pretty. Did you feel comfortable?
Yeah.
Aside from being tired?
Yeah.
Yeah. You had good groups. Were you aiming in the middle and were you pulling down a little bit?
Well, I wasn't aiming down, but yeah, it was
So
going.
if you're hitting down, you might be pulling the muzzle with this hand down instead of back.
Yeah.
So if you pull that, you shouldn't even need this. It's like an extension of you.
Okay.
And this is, a lot harder. So this is the primary pull hand.
Okay.
You don't want to be down. You don't want to be pulling down. It's straight back into
Right.
your shoulder so that if you have a punch, it barely moves. That makes sense?
Yes.
Remember, pull straight into that shoulder.
Yep, I got it.
Shoot at the far right one. So you're anticipating a little bit. So try to pull that into your shoulder, and the only thing that moves is that finger. Okay, good. You're hitting A zone every time. You didn't put it on safe again.
I know, because
We're gonna make that a habit every time.
I know.
It's just boom, boom.
Okay.
I know you're tired, but boom, boom.
Yeah.
And you'll see it on videos. You'll watch guys that get good at it. Your hand kind of comes off and it's like an exaggerated, you're making an effort every time. Off.
Might have to remind me.
Yep, off. I'll make it a habit.
Because I think I'm not used to that actually being a thing now, like from the pistol.
Right. It's more to think about.
Yeah.
That's why I don't like safeties on pistols. There are pistols with safeties. And it's just another thing you have to think about. But it's a safety, so I get it. All right, we got the intro down. Rifle is a lot more simple, I believe, than pistol, even though I shoot pistol better than rifle. I don't know why that is, but people tend to pick up pistol or rifle quicker than they do a pistol. And that showed here. She didn't even shoot one outside of the A zone, and we're at 15 yards. So it's really good. Or 10 yards. Let's score you. We're gonna do a 4-inch square. Whoops.
Wait.
That was 3. I was gonna cheat. So 4-inch square. Do the same for me again. Anyone outside of that 4-inch circle or square is going to be at 1 point deduction. If it's 2, it's 2. If it's 3, it's 3, and so on. If you miss the target, it's a -10. We're going to do 30 seconds, 10 rounds. So
wait, if I miss the target, you just said it was -1.
If you miss the whole target,
okay,
it's just -10.
Okay.
So we'll shoot 10 rounds. You'll have 30 seconds to do it. Don't worry about the time. We're just getting comfortable, trying to get them close and in. And then we'll see what your score is in time, and we'll do mine in the time. And remember, it's not a me versus you. It's a you versus your time later. Okay? Sound good? Let's do it. Jam it in. Tap at the bottom. Good. Now, switch hand. Charging handle. All the way hard. And then let go. Good.
Good.
Now we can give it a tap here. Okay. Are you ready?
Ready?
Stand by. Very good. Safety off. Awesome.
I'm holding my breath so much.
Yeah, I love it when you have a competition piece. It brings out like your edge. So you were leaning and you were focused, you know, like
yeah.
You're ready to go.
Yeah.
I love that. Ten rounds, 8.4 seconds. Yours was 25.8 seconds.
Hey, it was under 30.
Yes, it was. It was great. Well, I effed up. We didn't have the camera set up showing the target. Here's the target. We promised we didn't fake it. This top one is Kayla's. Bottom one's mine. So Kayla, 30 seconds. We did 10 rounds. -2, -2, -2, -1, -1, -1. So 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. -9 in 25.8 seconds. Pretty good. And that is a nice group for your first time shooting a rifle, really. Honestly. I mean, you're all here. We just have to fix that little bit of up and down. So here's what, I noticed that mine is a little low too.
Yeah.
Because it's zeroed and another 10 yards further. So another 10 yards further, you had these two would have been in the zone. So that's what I was talking about with the 0.
Yeah.
So really that's kind of cheating because you should have had -7 if it wasn't for that. So I had all of them in 0 and I did it in 8.4 seconds. So now we'll do this at the end, see if we improve after practicing a little bit and see what your score is.
That's a wrap on rifle basics. I am going to do a bit more training on day 2 at the range, working on pistol and rifle some more. I'm going to score myself again on day 2, so make sure to subscribe to our channel and catch those videos right here.